Hi everyone, welcome to day 3 of our journey through John's Gospel, and particularly to John chapter 5 and the story of the healing at the pool of Bethesda. Kay very kindly shared one of the other healing miracles with us yesterday, where we looked at the healing of the son in John chapter 4. So is today just another healing miracle? Well, in one sense, yes it is, but in another way it also has its own context and helps us to see Jesus as the Messiah, which is what all these stories are meant to be doing during this week, and perhaps a slightly different way. So the person concerned is at this pool. He's crippled and he's trying to get into the waters in the belief that the waters would both physically soothe him but also may contain healing properties. But no one will help him, and indeed he's lost hope. And Jesus simply asks him, do you want to change? Do you want to grow and to be made well? And in that is everything. What happens is Jesus does indeed lay his hand upon him and raises the man physically to his feet, and tells him the same way as he tells the paralysed man up in Capernaum in the paralysed man story, pick up your mat and walk. Now, at one level, what could be the problem with any of that? It's a wonderful story of somebody physically getting over their disability and being able to embrace a new life. But it really upsets the Pharisees and the temple court. Why does it do that? Well, for two reasons. One is when it takes place on what's known as the Sabbath, which is the Jewish holy day, Saturday. And secondly, it takes place at the pool of Bethesda, which is right across the street from this enormous temple where all healings are meant to take place and God is meant to dwell. Jesus is challenging the status quo, and in doing so upsets those who've got a lot of invested status and wealth in it. And that's part of what happens when the Messiah comes. If you're looking for somebody who's just going to make you feel comfortable and affirm everything that you already are, well, Jesus will help you in that to a certain degree. He'll find the goodness in each one of us. But he also inspires us to go on a journey with him from our old creation into our new creation, because unless we think we are indeed made whole as we presently are, there is still a journey yet to discover of who we can become. And sometimes those two worlds clash, as they did in the time of Jesus. The Pharisees and the temple guard and the temple court were not bad people, but they had heavily invested in keeping things pretty much the way they'd always been, and wanted to carry on in that way. They knew and understood God, but God, perhaps even God in a box. And Jesus is anything but God in a box. He's likely to seek you, to help you and I to discover him in many new ways and in many new places. Take this lockdown, for instance, using the prayer garden so much more as a place of prayer. For me personally, other people have done it all the time, but I'm doing it in this time. And it may be for you picking up your Bible and reading for the first time in a long time. It may be taking part in these daily blogs. Many ways in which you might be inspired to do something new in your walk with Jesus. And this is what it is meant to be, because he is the Messiah, the one who does not just go with the flow, but actually will be in many places and indeed in many people, inspiring and encouraging us to journey on. And if you wonder whether, well, what sort of person am I? Am I the sort of person who prefers being in my old ways quite happily, thank you, my old familiar slippers and seat by the fire, or pew, for instance? Well, maybe try something new, try something different, just to show yourself that actually There's something more to who you are that you want to do new and you want to do different. One of the great stories during this time is of many people embracing technology, for instance, for the first time. There are people who are joining in with these blogs who have never done anything like this before. Many of the people who do the blogs have never done anything like this before. And that's to be encouraged. Heaven is meant to be a place of excitement and indeed of joy. And hopefully not the gnats that are out here at this moment. Maybe there are gnats in heaven, but maybe they're nice gnats. Anyway, have a good rest of the day, and may you be excited by this person of Jesus and what he's wanting to do, not just in the world, but in each of us. God bless. Have a good rest of the day. Bye for now.